Hello and welcome to another episode of Road and Race. In this episode, it's my Christmas gift guide. I've got the tree out to be all festive and everything. So I've not done one of these before, but I thought I'd do a video for two reasons. The first one, if you've got like a car guy in your life, like a boyfriend or husband, and you want to know what to buy them for Christmas, and here's maybe a few ideas. And if you are a car guy and people ask you, oh, you know, what do you want for Christmas? Hopefully this list might give you some idea what to tell them. Oh yeah, I'd like this. I've broken down the categories into three groups. So you've got your kind of small, low-cost items around £10, kind of like stocking fillers kind of thing. You've got your medium kind of gifts around the £30 to £50 mark, and then like really extravagant, large gifts, you know, hundreds of pounds. So there you are. All these are available from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box for that. What I will say is all these tools I actually own and have owned for a number of years. So they're kind of tried and tested. So I'm only recommending things that I use myself and know are good. So starting with the low cost items, this is a Tyre depth gauge. It costs $6.99 currently. Handy little device. So, you know, you don't want to be driving your car with tyre tread less than 1.6 millimeters in the UK. And this is a nice quick way of finding out, you know. It's got a lovely digital display, so there's no, you know, inaccuracy. You're not having to read kind of an analog display. Just really simple, easy to use. You just plug this into the tyre. It tells you how much thread depth's left. Easy peasy. Next up on my list of stocking fillers is this magnetic tray. Currently retailing for about £8 here in the UK. What is it? Well, it's a tray with a couple of magnets on the back. What it does is you can put all your bolts and screws when you take them off the car in here, and they don't roll away, they stay where they are. This will stick to anything metallic, so you can plonk that on the side of your car and all the bolts and screws will stay here. You just won't lose them, they'll stay where they are. Very cheap, very convenient, love it. My third and final item on my stocking fillers list is penetrating fluid, plus gas. It's currently retailing for about £9. What does it do? Well, it just helps you loosen up rusty nuts and bolts, kind of essential on all the cars I've worked on. Lots of different types of brands available, but I just found this is the best one for loosening off those stuck bolts and making your life a bit easier, really. So there you are. On to the first item in my medium priced list of gifts, plastic coated wheel nut removers. These are really good because they have a plastic sleeve over here. So when you're trying to remove a bolt from your alloy wheel, if you're using just a normal metal one, there's a tendency for them to scratch the paint or the wheel itself and leave a mark. But these are obviously plastic coated and they don't. It's just a simple thing, but keeps your wheels looking as good as they can. These are priced currently at just over £22, and they've got a nice kind of colour at the bottom. Very attractive. Second item on my mid-range priced list is a caliper. This is a measuring device. So typically what I use this for is measuring how much of my brake discs are left. Every manufacturer will tell you how much wear is acceptable on a brake disc before you have to change them. And this is a very simple device. You just put it on the brake disc, and then there's a digital readout here, and it tells you how thick it is. And if it's not thick enough, you need to change your discs. This one isn't currently made anymore. I couldn't find it available anymore. So I think it's been discontinued. So the link I've put in is for a slightly different one. The only downside of the one I bought is that it doesn't have a little lip here. Because typically brake discs, when they wear, will have a little lip, and you don't want to measure the lip, you want to measure the actual thickness of the disc. I hope I'm making myself clear. Anyway, the ones I've linked to are much better. They've got a little lip here, which give you a much easier and more accurate reading. There you are. Did I say the price? Just under £37. The last item on my mid-range list is this. It's a tyre inflator. Costs just under £40. What does it do? Well, it inflates your tyres. It runs off the 12 volt power on your car, and you can set the tyre pressure you want, the little twisty digital display. This is probably the best one I've used because it's just so easy and quick to set the right pressure just by turning this. A lot of other ones I've used have to tap, 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 and it just takes forever. But just very simple to use. Set the pressure, hit the button, and inflates your tyre, then stops once it hits that pressure. It's also got a light on the side here, so you know, multiple uses for that. You know, if you're probably the best one is safety. If you're at night at the side of the road or something like that, you want to just make sure that you know people can see where you are. That's really all to say. I mean, it will inflate. It comes with a little adapter on the back, so you can inflate anything, not just tyres. You know, footballs, inflatable beds, things like that. So there you go. Yeah, saves you having to spend. I was going to say 50 pence at your petrol station, but it's probably a lot more than that now. Yeah, and queue up. Just keep it in the back of your car. Just easy, you know, makes your life simple, doesn't it? So on to the list of expensive items. If a loved one's getting you one of these, you know they care. So first up, it is a Henry vacuum by Pneumatic. Currently costs just under £130. Just a simple, honest vacuum cleaner. Loads of suction. I use it to clean up around the workshop here in the garage. Good sized nozzle, just sucks up everything. Big chunky items, just sucks it up, just gets rid of it. You don't need to worry about it. Comes with an adapter so you can, you know, tackle larger areas on the floor, you know, sweeping up dust and, you know, things like that. Nothing really to say. It's just a good value, powerful vacuum cleaner. You can use it for hoovering out the interior of your car as well. If you don't want to, you know, get the household one dirty if that one's too big and bulky. This comes with a nice long hose. You can hoover out your car. Not much more to say really. Second on my list of expensive items is a Trolley Jack. This one's made by Sealy and costs about £130. I wanted to go with a named brand here because, you know, you do trust, you know, kind of your life to these types of devices. So it's good to get one that's branded, one you can, you know, be reassured is kind of well made. This one's a very low level jack. So if you have a lowered car, really easy to get under there and find your jacking points, no problem at all. Very robust. It's got a nice jacking handle on it, so you're not trying to push a tiny little thing up and down. It's large, you can really get a lot of turn on it, you know, makes it very easy to lift heavy things, and you just twist the handle to release it all. So it makes quite a, you know, tiresome job of jacking up your car probably as easy as it can be. And lastly, the most expensive gift I am recommending on my list this year is this. Look at this. It's a impact wrench. It's basically a hugely powerful bolt or nut remover. This one do 1,000 Newton meters, which is just insane if you think about that. And it just makes getting things off your car easy. The reason I bought this was that typically when you take your car to a garage, they use one of these to do up your wheel nuts, and they shouldn't. They should use a torque wrench and do it properly to the manufacturer's spec. But a lot of garages, they don't care, and they just whiz the bolt on as hard as they can. And I've struggled in the past with just a brake bar to get these types of nuts or bolts off my wheels because they've been done too tight. So what this does, it just gives you the ability to get those over tightened nuts off your car, and if they're not over tightened, you've done them yourself, it just makes it really quick and easy, just whiz around and take all this stuff off. So a real luxury item if you can afford it, because this costs, without a battery, £200. It's made by Makita, and I tend to use a lot of Makita tools because I just find they're really well built. They're really rugged and last well and work well, you know. If you don't have any Makita stuff already, you will have to buy a battery for it and a charger. That's going to cost you another £80. So it's a fairly expensive piece of kit. They do cheaper ones, which have a bit less torque, which would still be sufficient for most needs. But this is the one I use and this is the one I have, so this is the one I'm recommending. And that's it. As I said, if you want a link to buy this from Amazon, it's in the description box down below, so check that out. Any questions about these items, just hit me up in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.